Hi, good afternoon, and today I'm here. And recently, I just know a guy. His name is Andrew James Ong, and he wrote a book called Keto Diabetes. Let me introduce our doctor of the book, Mr. Andrew.
More accurately, is author of the book.
Author
Because
of the book.
important at the beginning here. I'm not a doctor, not a medical professional, not a dietitian, not even a nutritionist. So I chanced upon Dominic last week in Chinatown, and he struck me. Oh, he's quite a engaging person. And when he found out that I written this book, he said, "What about doing an interview?" So here we are, a week
So,
later.
I would like to ask you a few questions. What motivated you to write this book?
Yeah, actually, as the name suggests, type 2 diabetes uncommon control, I managed to turn my diabetes around after having been a patient for about 4 years, 2014 to 2018.
So, do you still take regular medication?
Yeah, interesting also because I was taking medicine for 4 or 5 years, and in 2018 I did something to turn my diabetes around, and 2019 to this day the doctor pronounced me free from diabetes, and I do not need medication anymore.
And guys, do you know? A lot of people know when you got diabetes, it's very hard to cure. But I can say that he disciplined himself, he cured himself. Now, what are the challenges and difficulties facing many diabetes patients today?
Okay, first thing, there is no cure known to science today for diabetes. Okay, so I have not found a cure for diabetes. So the correct approach to this issue is that I have managed to turn my diabetes around. Meaning to say, if I'm not careful with my discipline, I can become diabetic again. All right. So to having placed this thing around, so what were the challenges many diabetic patients face today is that they do not lack knowledge. I think knowledge, all the knowledge is available on the internet. Yeah. They lack that motivation, and they lack the discipline to adopt and adapt to a certain recommended diet. So precisely, that is the biggest challenge diabetic patients face today.
Can you tell us your secret? How you manage to turn your diabetes around?
Yeah, okay, that's good. Dominic, that's a good question. See, in my book here, at the very beginning, I quoted what my uh, supporter wrote about what I did. And it says like this: the author, myself, neither recommends or endorse any diet, palate, lifestyle, or supplement. Meaning to say, I managed to turn my diabetes around without the use of supplement, without the use of medicine, without the use of herb or concoction. So what did I do? My secret, Dominic, to answer your question very directly, is that I found a way to discover for me the effect of whatever I was eating and drinking, and I immediately took my blood sugar reading, and I have an immediate feedback whether this food is good or bad. So the secret herein lies whether the diabetic patient is prepared to test his blood sugar and see it for himself or herself. What is the food actually doing to his system? Having that knowledge at his fingertips, literally speaking, he can therefore decide what he is going to do, whether to continue taking all the bad foods and drinks or he wants to change. And that is the secret. In fact, this secret is no secret, if you ask me.
So, any advice for diabetes patients?
Okay, don't work alone. Work with your healthcare specialist. Okay, because this journey, the key is that when you start to make changes to your diet, when your blood sugar drops, especially to the diabetic patient who is taking medicine, you need to have your medicine reviewed by a medical practitioner. And because it is very, very important here, because if you do not do that, you just make diet changes and you do not monitor your blood sugar improvement, and at the same time you continue taking the same medication you've been taking for years, and you enter into what you call a hypoglycemic situation, which is low blood sugar. And when you have low blood sugar and you do not know and you continue taking the medicine, it can be fatal.
You see, it was a very interesting met up. You know, I met him at one of friend place, you know, and he was talking about diabetes. And why today I want to do a simple interview with him, because in Singapore, I think it's not only just in Singapore, I think in the whole world, in the world now, we got a lot of diabetes patients. But if he can cure himself, I believe you can. So ultimately, why I want to introduce Andrew to everyone, because I hope through him, through all these patients having diabetes, if you all have any problems or need a solution, you know, you all can look for Andrew. You know, I can only say that because he always travel around. He travel to Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, around the world, talking about diabetes. But how is there a way that people can contact you?
Yeah. In fact, I presented this book to my friend Dominic here. There's a page here with some QR code here. You can actually scan whether you want to watch the previous interviews or to avail the e-book. It's all here.
So you can take a look. This is a book. But and another question is how to purchase. Is there a way to purchase this book now?
Yeah, you can purchase it through two ways. One is to contact me from the Facebook here, Facebook interview, television interview, as well as the e-book you can buy.
So you all can email to him.
Yes.
You all can email to him. Let me put a bit nearer to you all. That you all can email to him, and is that way that I don't think WhatsApp will not be available. So you all just need to email to him. He will reply to your email. It's a very interesting book. I mean, if we are having diabetes, I have got diabetes. Got how many stages? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
Generally, there are two types of diabetes. This T2 means type 2. So there's a type 1.
Okay.
So generally, the population, 5% of them are type 1, 95% are type 2. For type 1, it is because the body has born with certain defect, so they cannot produce the insulin, or the insulin cannot be absorbed to bring down the sugar. All right, so type 1, there is no turning back. So we are talking about 95% of the patient, there is hope now for them.
So what is your goal now with the regard to diabetes?
Oh, very simply, helping one diabetic patient at a time, one household at a time, one community at a time, one village at a time, one province at a time, one country at a time.
I love the way he replied. A very sincere man, and not because he cured himself. He hoped to bring out his knowledge to let all these diabetes patients know there is a cure. So if you guys want to know more about diabetes and how to go about it and help your diabetes, do look out for Andrew, follow him on his Facebook, and you can email to him. So
Sure.
what is your last word to the audience?
You need not be a diabetic patient to commence your journey to continue living correctly, eating correctly. Because if you can control your blood sugar, and today we are fortunate at technology level, there is a test kit that you can actually test yourself and you get the instant result. Because if you can regulate your blood sugar in your bloodstream, then what effectively you are going to do is that you can avert a potential disaster when you contract diabetes, because that will become the precursor. That means just before you get all the seriousness illnesses like stroke, like dementia, like and all the other complications.
So
You can stop
when we are talking about testing, you know, all the testing kit. So they normally they were gonna go to the clinic or maybe hospital do the test. Can you do this kind of test for people?
No, because today what is the test kits available?
Oh, it's available.
Yeah, you
It's
can actually
available.
buy it and then you test it yourself. And the test kit, the test that the patients do at the clinic, at the hospital, is usually 3 to 6 months. So that to me is too long because in the 3 months to 6 months, you eat so many different meals and different food. How do you know what is contributing? So my book suggests, and I suggest that the patient test his blood sugar immediately after he eats his food, 1 hour.
Oh, after 1 hour.
Yes. Then when you see, then you will be convinced exactly what is the food doing to your body system.
All right. So if you guys want to know more about diabetes, and there is always a way, so be disciplined, you know. And then I think I would say that it's good to get one of these books, P2 Diabetes. And the book, the author is here, Mr. Andrew James Ong. So see you guys. Thank you. Bye.